Alright, today we're going to review the Bosch classixx 1200express. We're going to do I'm basically going to be doing a review on pretty much all the machines I have. We're going to start with the two in the house, so we'll start with this machine, then we'll probably do the AI, and then we'll do the out test machines and the shed machines. But we're going to start with the classixx and just make our way through basically. So I'm basically reviewing this machine. So I've had this machine for a few weeks now. I've done quite a few wash loads in it, to be honest, and I have to say it's a very, very well made machine and very well built. Now, it can get very noisy. That's the only problem with this machine, but that's because the dampers are a bit dead on it, and I will show you that when we get down to I'll show you the drum and stuff. But yeah, so I'll give you a quick overview of the machine and then we'll have a look at the control panel. This machine is quite an old model, I'm pretty sure, because it's got older looking stuff inside of it than all the classixx I've seen. And the date on the drawer is quite old. Doesn't mean it is old, but yeah. And the hose pipes that go to the drawer are see-through, which makes it an older model. Yeah, pretty sure. Anyway, let's have a look at the control panel. So before we start with anything else, let's remove this box. This is the drawer, and all it really says is Bosch and then classixx 1200express on it. So it opens all the way, and then you push the softness buttons inside, give it a wiggle and it'll come out. That's the inside of the drawer there. Let's give it a wiggle and it'll pop back in. And if we come over here, we've got the fascia. So you see, it's quite a standard looking fascia, or for a standard looking wash machine really. There ain't really much to it. But yeah, it's got really all the options that you really want on a washing machine, to be honest. Well, if you just want like one that's easy to use. I do like the layouts of these classixx. They are cool. I do like the little screen from the outfit. It's really cool. So we've got the options, spin, screen, the little time delay button, start pause, and the cycle dial. So if we turn her on, we'll turn it to 30 degrees. There we go, she's on. Now the one thing I've noticed this machine is a bit slow, as you can see, but that is normal. I've had other Bosches in the past, and the ones in my shed are quite slow as well. But it's very good for touch. So you see on the cycles over here we've got a cotton's 30, we've got a cotton's 40, a cotton's 60, 60 eco, 90, mix load 30. I wish that was a 40, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Then you got rinse and freshen up. On some models though, it will replace with a super quick, or it'll just say on new looking ones it'll say rinse. Spin, you got the drain, you got wool 30, you got cold hand wash, delicates 30, easy care 60, easy care 40, easy care 30, and then off. So let's just turn it to the cotton cycle. Cotton's 30, and I'll take you through the options. So, as you see, we have 4 options here. We've got Wash Plus, Pre-Wash, Reduced Ironing, and Aqua Plus. So, Wash Plus, as you can see, adds time on quite a bit. So, with the Vario Perfect Bosch we've got on the shed, the Wash Plus button on these actually adds about the time it would take for the Vario Perfects to do a wash. So that's about how long, it ain't exactly precise, but that's about the iffy time it would take for a Vario Perfect to do a full wash without the Speed Perfect activated. When we get to the one in the shed that has the Vario Perfect wash in the shed, then you'll see what I mean. But I can only get a certain amount of reviews done in a day, and it's quite late at the moment, so this is probably the only one I can do. But we will get to it. So you got Wash Plus, which enhances the wash time. so it'll basically wash for twice as long. It can still knock off time, because I have used Wash Plus a few times and it knocks off a fair amount of time for it, to be honest. But it also, if it knocks off time, it can also add time, which it did with that wash I did. It knocked off to quite a decent amount of time and added a bit more on. So it still does get the Wash Plus performance. Pre-wash, as you can see, adds quite a bit of time, which is it's basically a additional wash before the main wash. And the additional pre-wash is it's about half an hour, and it does 30 degrees maximum, which I guess if you have it on 30 degree cottons, then you get 230 washes, but obviously the main wash is slightly longer with the pre-wash. Half an hour is quite a long time for a pre-wash, really. But I guess the point of a pre-wash is to get a decent extra additional washing. So that's what the pre-wash does. The reduced ironing setting allows only 800 max, and it'll change the spin patterns on the intermediates, and it will do a different kind of spin pattern on the final spin. Basically, it'll be a kind of spin. I ain't really used it much. I've probably never used it, to be honest. But I do know what it does, and it will mix and match between the intermediate spin and the final spin. So basically, it won't be as aggressive with the speed ups. Like it won't it won't go to 1200 or 1000. It'll only go to 800 max, and it'll basically do. I think it does. I'm not exactly sure because I've never used it really, but I think it does a slightly shorter spin, just to reduce the chance of any creasing on the clothes. So yeah, that's basically what it means. It basically means reduce ironing, which means less chance of creases, because obviously faster spins crease more, and then it causes your ironing. Unless you have a tumble dryer, but you know, some items you can't put in the tumble dryer. And then Aqua Plus, we've got Aqua Plus means basically it'll do an extra rinse. So instead of additional 3 rinses, it will do 4. The Speed Perfect models, if you select Aqua Plus on them, they'll do 3 rinses instead of 2. So the Express machines do a way more rinses basically. They do 4, various to 3, and then that's with Aqua Plus. And the various Aqua Plus, it'll do 3 rinses, and the Vario Perfects will do 2. And I have noticed as well, it does. Like my the XL I had the 1600 I had. I did realise it did add, for some reason, it was a slight bit more water, and it was a slight bit longer of rinse, but not really much. So I don't know if that was just the machine just doing it slightly longer rinse because of the larger load that it senses. I'm not sure, but Aqua Plus is alright, but I don't tend to use it on Express machines. I only use them on really the Vario Perfect ones. And then you can do all the options at the same time. And you can do that for all the cotton cycles pretty much. You got the additional 1200, which is the max speed of this machine. I do wish I had the 1400 classixx. I will try and get one of them in the future, but this machine does me fine for now. And I probably will still keep this anyway, because I like this machine a lot. But you got 1200, and then you got 1000, you got 800, 600, and then rinse hold, which will do no final spin. It will still do intermediates, but it won't do a final. It will just hold the water, and then you can obviously select it to the final spin there, spin only. And then you can obviously, on that spin only, lower to whatever speed you want, and it will do that speed for you. Over here you got readying, which is time delay. So it'll basically delay the time when the machine starts. So say I did 1 hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, or 4 hours, or 5. You can't do one on these, unfortunately. A bit strange, but you just can't. So I wanted 5 hours, the machine would start in exactly 5 hours, and then it would begin the main wash. Or if you had pre-wash enabled, then it would do the pre-wash, then the main wash. And this goes up to you can hold it. 24 hours about. Yeah. I'll reset to the it'll reset to the actual cycle time, and if you press start now, it'll just do the actual wash. So that's really all the fascia. That's really all you get with this machine. To be honest, these machines are at a fair price, brand new, and you get a decent amount with them. And obviously you got that's 40. That's how long 40 is. 60's an hour and off. Cotton's Eco or 60 Eco, which is basically just stains. That's just 5 minutes longer, but it could add time, I guess. Then you got 90. You got mixed load, which is 44 minutes. And just spins 19. Spin on is 12. Drains 1. Ones is 40 minutes. Hand washes are 1 more minute. Delicates is 32 minutes. Easy Care 60 now and 12. Easy Care 40 is just under an hour, so 55 minutes. And then Easy Care 30 is 48 minutes. That's really the front of the machine. It is a nice looking machine. To be honest, it's a fair decent condition, if I can say so. And yeah, it's a very cool machine. Now we'll go down to the drum, and I will show you the drum. So here's the drum. You can see it's got a nice chunky door. These doors are a bit weak. They can break if you put a lot of pressure on them, which is a bit annoying. But if you open the door, you've got a 6 kg drum capacity in there, which I guess is fairly decent, but that's what 6 stands for. It stands for the 6 kg drum. You can get classic 7s, which have obviously 7 kg drums, but they don't have the holes at the back. And then the ones with loads of holes at the back, they're about 5 kg, which is what the WFL has. So here's the drum. You can see, sounds pretty smooth. Shock absorbers. You see they bounce around a little bit. You can replace them, but you know. But you got a fairly decent sized drum in there. I guess this machine will be a decent size load for a family of 2, possibly a family of 3, which is what we am. And it does do okay, but obviously it's not permanently plumbed in like the AI, which is 9 kg. But this machine could do a full wash day if I tried in it, but I wouldn't just ram it constantly. But it could do a decent amount of laundry, and I can fit a decent amount in there, to be honest. It does hold quite a bit, and it does use a decent water level, so yeah. It's just a nice drum. It's got the nice metal paddles, so they can't really break, which is also ideal, which is what you like to see in these machines. See the door? It's got a nice handle, which is here. You've got a nice door glass. Door shuts quite nicely. And then the door opens really smoothly as well with a nice door seal noise. And then you can access your washing. Opens pretty much all the way, but there is a bit of a cupboard here next to it, so it can't open. It stops it, but it can open right into the casing of the machine, which is good. And there's the very dodgy hinge that they use. It ain't very strong at all, really. They can break. I have seen on Marketplace a few that have broke, and that's why they're selling them. So you just have to be a bit careful with it, but it will be alright if you're gentle with it. But you can give them a bit of a slam, and it won't really do anything. Yeah, that's the drum capacity. Really nice drum. I do like the look of it. Anyway. So down here you have the bottom of the machine. You can see there's one foot that side where my shoe is. Just down here. And there's another foot this side, obviously. You got the nice kick plate, and then here you've got the pump. There is a bit of dirt in here, but that's when I got it in the house. I kind of had to bring it around the hill a bit. We have a hill now gone, it's like a grass hill. It's very dodgy, but yeah, that's how you do it. And you know, there's a bit of dirt, but There's quite a bit of dirt, to be honest, I can't lie, oops. Just keep that out. Down here you got your, that's the emergency drain. Oh, just dead out, sucked it back in. That's if you can drain the machine if there's a fault with it, or if you want to clean this. I'm not going to open this because water will fly everywhere. But in here is the pump, where it obviously drains into and filters any coins or anything to stop them going into the pump propeller. But you can also use this to drain the pump out to clean it, which is pretty good. And it just clips into place like that, and then if you ever want to access it again, you just pop it down, and then yeah. Now unfortunately, where this machine is positioned, I can't actually do a wash demonstration, but you will see wash videos of this machine on the channel eventually. But what I will do for you now is I will do a spin only demonstration for you, just so you guys get the idea of it. So we'll turn it to spin only, and then we'll press the start button. So enjoy. So we'll just sit there for a little bit, and then we'll go. So enjoy. So there you go. That's the classixx 6. It's a decent machine. It's got some decent power in it. It's quite smooth. There's my little thing. Little curve benders when I have it all connected up to the sink. Right in there, so I know where it is. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that little review of this machine. I think it's a good little machine. Gets the job done. And that's what you really want, to be honest. So yeah. Next review will probably be the Samsung AI, which is behind the camera. And then we'll see what there's next to do. So, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one.